Previously on Supermodded Fallout.
What can you tell me about Epsilon?
Epsilon is destined to take over the world.
Okay, then.
And now you're pretty much caught up. Hello, welcome to Supermodded Fallout. I'm Kyle.
I'm Kira.
And we're at Novak. We were just leaving, actually, because today we are doing that robot vault quest I alluded to earlier. It's, what is it called? Autumn Leaves? Oh,
yep.
By the way, look at our character.
Yes.
Dressed her up.
Perfect.
And apparently so nice. There's a super mutant behemoth. Oh, there it is.
Oh, Jesus.
Crap.
I hate those things.
Well, I brought some different weapons. Brought some of our best weapons, actually.
It's not alone. I think there's a centaur over there. Oh, yep.
There's always centaurs.
I hate centaurs so much. They're so creepy.
Okay, which weapon is best on this guy?
Centaurs are like human spiders. It's really, really creepy.
Okay, crap. Switch weapons.
I can't believe he can literally use a fire hydrant with a pipe attached to it as, like, a weapon. Okay,
now, resuming our mission. Okay, so this mod is actually really cool. I already pretty much alluded to what it's about, but you guys will see what it... Oh no, don't kill the Brotherhood guy!
Kill it! Kill it with fire!
Nah, lasers are fine.
That thing looks like more disgusting than the human centipede.
Okay, so, that thing's dead now. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. This mod is actually relevant because this mod recently, the creator accused Bethesda of stealing their idea.
Yeah.
And not only that, but the one that they stole, we also recently played in our Fallout 4 series. And once you play it, you'll see why. But I'm just saying, if you notice, like, wow, that's rather similar. Yeah, people have noticed, and people have called Bethesda out on it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind Bethesda taking ideas from mods, because they definitely have in the past. But outright stealing, like, a story idea or something like that is really low of them.
I mean, it wouldn't be a problem as long as, like, they paid homage to it. Like it'd be like if it was actually like, you know what, you had a good idea, we're gonna build off of that, great. But no, they just like pretty much like took the entire, like they're even like side by side screenshots, so like the layout of the place is similar.
Years before the nuclear catastrophe, a handful of wealthy men and women grew increasingly worried by the political unrest across their countries. Moral panic, witch hunts, and censorship spread like wildfire. This congregation, scientists, professors, artists, felt the need for a place where history and culture could be preserved, safe from those who would destroy it for its seditious content. They pooled their resources in the hopes of creating such a place, free from the volatile swing of political agenda. A vault was to be built. Within it would be enclosed the most comprehensive collection of books and holotapes in history. The project owed much to the efforts of one Professor Cartwright, who at one time worked for a certain Robert Edwin House at the Robco Company, and used his position to secure valuable contracts within Vault-Tec. As the construction of this library began, the intellectuals gathered their private collections, hunted tirelessly for the rare texts to complete them. Cartwright would oversee this process and act as the library's caretaker. When it was time, all would gather for shelter, seal the doors behind them. None of them could predict, however, that the bombs would fall so early, and when they did, Cartwright was alone in the library. The professor knew that his days were numbered. To ensure that the library would not die with him, he spent his time reprogramming his robots. The machines would ensure that the library would persevere until the world could once again take advantage of its wisdom. He would endow them with the ability to think, the ability to choose, the ability to learn. Partly because he feared the dangers that might threaten the library in years to come. Partly because as the years grew long, he needed someone, something to soothe his solitude. 200 years have passed. Far enough time for something to go wrong. Today, the courier awakens the library from its long sleep.
That is so cool.
That was an absolutely beautiful introduction.
I know, I really like it.
I wonder why it's called Autumn Leaves.
I bet you it's a reference to like an old-timey song. Because that's what New Vegas used to always do.
Yeah, probably. Wait, are those...
There's some humans and some maintenance spots. It's a graveyard.
It looks like a graveyard.
Oh, before we enter, I want to be upfront with you guys about one thing. We actually have sort of played this before. Basically, we tried to record an episode, and due to a recording error, this is our second attempt. We had to redo it. But we haven't played very much into it. We only did like between 1 and 2 hours worth, and this thing has like at least 8. So we're not going to spoil anything. I'm just letting you guys know in case our reactions aren't to your liking.
Yeah.
Oh, is there somebody out there? What? A radio broadcast? So, there's still people out there fitted with a Pip-Boy, huh?
Are you...
Let's do this
Are
one.
you... Okay, I'm seeking asylum.
You're coming from a vault, aren't you? Well, come inside. We will take care of you. I fear I must ask you to come in alone, though. We have a strict policy when it comes to our maximum number of guests.
One person. He sounds like a very smooth talker for some reason.
Let's head into the vault. Hypatia.
Hypatia.
Ah, see? It's a library.
I love the columns of books.
You know, that's like... I don't think we've ever seen a library in Fallout before. Well, does the National Archives count?
I don't think so.
Despite your presence, the machine gets on with his work as if you weren't there.
Examine the robot closer.
It looks like just another Mr. Handy unit. He's particularly worn out and some wires are hanging from his left side.
Can you help me with something?
Please move along. If you have any questions, James on the first floor will be happy to answer.
Never mind.
The machine quickly resumes its duties unfazed. So, not all of them were going to talk to us.
Yeah.
Let's go meet James.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, look at this place.
It's crazy.
Okay, let's do this right. Greetings, I am James, Rapco Protectron Unit 13882, and personal assistant for Professor Cartwright. How may I help you?
Oh my god.
So let's just go through the questions. We
Yeah.
can go in order unless you feel otherwise.
What is this place?
This is the library built by the professor in the year 2072. It is one of the most extensive compilations of human knowledge in the world, provided other collections survive, of course.
So it was built 5 years before the bombs fell. I guess they spent all that time trying to stock it.
I know, like, it says they couldn't have predicted the bombs would fall so early, but it's like, you guys predicted it in 5 years in advance. That's not that short a time.
Mr. House was only off by 1 day.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Anyway.
But he was more informed.
And also super rich.
Yep. So, you don't mind if I stay and look around a bit?
Of course, you're welcome to use our facility. Feel free to ask Roland upstairs for a room in our living quarters. That said, you should know there are some general rules you must observe during your stay here.
You want to say the funny one?
Yeah, let me guess. No smoking, no torching the place, and no bringing books to the toilets.
Oh, humor. Yes, I got it. And yes, you're pretty much right, actually. As long as your actions don't threaten our collection.
You guys have pretty much the best voice boxes of any... I don't think I've ever heard a Protectron speak that well before.
I know, he sounds like such a, charismatic gentleman. That's some pretty vague rules of procedure.
This is how we are programmed. If at any moment one of us interprets your intentions as harmful to the library, you will be dealt with accordingly.
Programmed to interpret? Are you programmed to follow a fixed set of rules?
I think it's supposed to be emphasized, programmed to interpret?
Okay.
A fixed set of rules means non-dynamic AI. Such design would prevent us from adequately identifying mid- and long-term threats to the library. We need to be able to identify the intentions of our guests based on our careful observations of their behavior, and then react in an appropriate manner. In short, we need to be able to adapt to our guests.
What you describe requires a tremendous processing power and an incredibly complex programmation.
Well, it probably sounds more impressive than it is, really. I'm sure Helena will be able to provide you with more satisfying explanations. She's upstairs on the north side. Incidentally, if you're in need of medical attention, she's the one you want to see.
Okay. What are those mid- and long-term threats you're talking about?
No need to tell you that the civilizing process has been going on outside for quite a while now. There are no doubt powerful factions that could get uncomfortable with the idea of unchecked, unfiltered, pre-war knowledge. We want to make sure we can prepare ourselves before one of them takes a sudden interest in regulating this place.
Ew. So you're saying you have opinions of your own, that you make decisions?
We are designed to emulate human thought and have evolved enough to be capable of dynamic problem-solving, not unlike humans' critical thinking. We still remain limited by our synthetic nature, but we are still capable of learning and simulating human reactions. Ah!
Like that. Then you pull out the Turing test.
I guess I'll see how it holds up. I had other questions about this place.
I'm more than willing to answer.
Okay, what is the purpose of this place?
It serves several purposes, from educating the occasional visitor to helping the survivors, building an enlightened society, to remain a beacon of unaltered knowledge of a bygone era, and a safeguard.
Safeguard from what?
From historical revisionism, among others. The victor rewrites history. We need to ensure that the record of past events doesn't get scrapped because of fluctuating political contingencies.
Historical revisionism is like one of the worst things ever.
I know, and you know what's funny? I actually, right after he said that first sentence, I immediately thought of the phrase "the victor rewrites history."
Yeah. Although not all historical revisionism is malicious, a lot of it is just idiotic.
Yep. Sorry to shake your tree, but there's already plenty of books outside. What's the point of all this?
Exhaustivity. Each and every book in this place has been properly indexed and sealed in our database, dramatically reducing the risk that any part of mankind's heritage becomes lost.
I have other questions about your library.
Of course, I'd be happy to answer.
Do you get many visitors?
We received a fair share of guests in the past, but the last few years, not so much. It seems the Night Stalkers are roaming around, dissuading most travelers from exploring the area.
Yeah, I think there are Night Stalkers around this part of, what was it, east of Novak? Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see any on the way in here. On top of that, you're in a rather remote area.
Yes, we'll have to address this problem eventually, but not yet. Not as long as the war outside is raging, at least.
How do you even know there's a war raging outside?
Well, the door can open and close. If people have come in, they probably know what's going on. They've had guests.
True.
Although not many, he says.
Okay, why don't you do something about it?
First, we are programmed to stay inside and take care of this library. It's the way we're made. The second reason is, well, I can't explain it much further. Let's just say that for now we're playing it submarine style.
Nice phrase for that. Do you need a hand with those Night Stalkers?
I'd rather not. At least not for now.
Probably helps keep people out.
Alright. Another topic.
I'm all ears.
Something else.
Ask away.
Jeez, so much dialogue. Who was this? Oh my god, that was all in What Is This?
Hey, come on, dialogue is a good thing. Be happy.
I am.
The more he talks, less we have to.
I didn't realize there was that much.
Come on.
Who was this Professor Cartwright?
Back when titles were still relevant, he was a professor at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology and chief science officer of ROPCO. His domain of expertise, as you surely guessed, artificial intelligence.
So, both the Institute and ROBCO?
How did he manage to build this place?
A well-planned intersection of resources, contacts, and wealth. Of course, being in close relation with Vaultek's brass also played in his success.
ROBCO Company? Mr. House's ROBCO Company?
Correct. I'm not surprised he still is alive today. When our master told us about him, he was described as quite the resourceful individual.
About that.
Well, he was alive until... No, we still have his brain. He's alive, yeah. Okay. I just think it's really cool, though, the robot's actually aware of what's going on in the world. I mean, so many times we find robots that just don't have a clue.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's just because of the visitors, because how else would they know?
Well, they're also more intelligent robots.
Yeah, that's true. Did your master and Mr. House work together?
Yes, but I don't know the details. Our master wasn't very much inclined to talk about his former CEO, for some reason.
He hated his boss.
Yep. Other topics I'd like to discuss.
Let's proceed.
Okay, I don't want to say that one.
Well, it's mean, but I think we should just say it anyway.
Fine. Yes, whatever. I don't care. Robbie, what I need is weapons, food, medicine. His name is James.
We can provide you with regular meals and medical care. But the access to the armory is strictly forbidden.
Okay, I'll settle with that.
Outstanding! So what can I do for you?
See, we learned there's an armory. That might come in handy
Okay, so
later.
why is there an armory if this place is, like, if there's these rules and stuff, why is there even an armory?
Well, there's probably once going to be human residents.
Oh, fair.
And there was
Fair
at least
enough.
one.
Okay. I'm looking for technical books. Guns and bullets, Dean's electronics, that kind. Got those?
Well, you should ask Roland for any kind of misplaced books, I fear. He usually loiters around in the lounge on the second floor.
Okay, how many,
How many are you?
Yeah, how many are you exactly?
Machines, you mean? Quite a number, I must say. But I imagine you're asking how many of us are gifted with a personality module. A handful. There's me, Helena in the clinic upstairs, Roland in the lounge, and there's also Arthur in the computer room.
So there's like 4?
At least.
How do you get things taken care of?
Each of us has a specific responsibility. Helena has the final word when it comes to our guest's health. Roland takes care of logistics, and Arthur is our database. Everything in between or about the library in general falls upon me.
It seems you've been here a long time. How come you've lasted that long?
Good preparation, I guess. We have enough resources to sustain ourselves. We produce our own energy, recycle most of our scrap. Our Mr. Handy units go outside and scavenge when needed, and keep both the facility and us Protectrons in top condition.
I wanted to ask you something else.
Yes.
What's to do around here?
Besides reading, on the first level you'll find the movie theater, the reading room, the laundry, the borrowing service, and the computer room. Not that much on this one, except our database, Arthur, and he's not very responsive. On the second floor there's a living quarters, the lounge where you'll find Roland, the cafeteria, Helena's infirmary, and the classroom. Why do we have a classroom? Don't hesitate to ask Roland for a room.
Why do we have a classroom?
I mean, it's a fair question considering they only take one guest at a time.
Again, the people who made the vault can't predict the future. They might have wanted to teach people.
Fine. What's... Oh, we already asked that question.
Besides reading, not that much.
I guess I'm off visiting this facility of yours.
Wait. Now that the rules and regulations are taken care of, can I ask you a question?
A question? Now, ain't that a surprise? When was the last time someone asked me a question?
I heard that the outside world is violent. Seeing you carry these weapons around, I assume you can take care of yourself out there. You already killed someone, didn't you? How did it feel?
Oh no. So many options.
Yeah.
It's satisfying, just like whacking mole rats.
2-legged cats laid in pink little mole rats.
Definitely not saying that one.
Yeah.
That sounds mean.
Yeah.
That's a little righteous.
Kind of true, though.
It's antagonistic. That's a
That's
lie.
not true.
It's neutral. I mean, this one's kind of true. It's a matter of survival.
Yeah, that's true.
That's mean. Well, that's why.
Okay, why do you want to know that?
My entire existence has taken place in this library, and so I often have trouble relating to the outside world. The violence. You could say I only wish to understand it better, so I can understand our guest as well.
You want to say survival?
Yeah. After a while, nothing. It's a matter of survival. You're in the right to live in a violent world.
It seems like a very sad state of affairs. At least you should be safe here. Please enjoy our facility for the time being.
Okay.
This place would be like my dream.
So, how may I help you?
Okay.
See you around. Let's talk about the outside world next time.
Okay, so let's just go explore the place.
Yeah. This is seriously like such an amazing place.
A good read, a fulfilling read. As Jonathan turned the page, the stranger who shared his bench began acting up in a surprising manner and rummaged nervously through his pockets until he carefully extracted a green lollipop. He then proceeded to wiggle under Jonathan's nose. "Why are you giving me this?" choked the lad. "If I'm correct, you just turned the 100th page of your book. Such things mustn't go unrewarded," said the stranger. Jonathan was about to...
That sounds interesting.
Are, is that a book you're currently reading, James?
Possibly.
And it's a book about reading a book? Okay.
But seriously, this place is so amazing. Like, I love to read. This would be my dream. An empty library, but with nothing but robotic AI personalities. Oh, that must be the professor.
Right.
He was the only person that lived here.
Huh.
Check the surroundings.
There seems to be something shining under some books.
Okay.
Check
the
body.
body.
By examining the skeleton's cranial sutures and dentition, you realize the man was already very old at the time of his death, probably suffered from osteoporosis even. Something is wrong here. There's no way a man of such frail constitution could have toppled such a heavy bookshelf.
Did someone kill him? Oh, so that was the shiny thing, the badge.
Oh, wait, there's something else.
Oh, is there? Oh, I see it. A syringe.
Is there nothing else?
I don't think so. It doesn't look like it, but that is a big pile of books. Okay. Other than his cane, I suppose.
Something was written on this page but has been crossed out so many times that now it's now indecipherable. Book dispenser. Seems like this terminal will dispense books, provide you insert enough printing cards. As you skim through the available book description, you're taken a little aback by how gruesome some of them seem. This is the book dispenser station. They'll let you print special books. They will teach you a new exclusive perk. Oh, and
that's... Oh my god.
And, these are all descriptions of the perks.
You know what? This is really cool, because, like, we're looking through our perks, and we're like, this would be cool, or this or that.
Because we've already taken all the good perks in the level up system.
Yeah, exactly. So having these extra perks sounds kind of, like, really cool.
Okay, we'll have to keep an eye out for printing cards.
I haven't seen anything that might even look like that.
Keep an eye out. Yeah, I don't see anything like that here. Okay, next room. Oh, hey.
What?
The doors close automatically.
Yeah.
Nice.
Don't they always?
Nope.
Huh. That must have been something that was scripted here.
Yeah. Let's wait. This looks important. Let's look at the other rooms first.
That must be where Arthur is. He said there was like a computer bank room.
Armory. Can't go in there yet.
Yeah, we're not allowed.
I mean, I don't know yet. I don't know if we're able to. I just know we could lock and break the door down, but let's be nice and not.
Honestly, I agree. I don't think we should break the door down just yet.
What's down here? Engine room. Bleh.
But we don't have a key to the engine room.
Okay, let's see what else we got. Utility. What doors can we look in on the first floor?
Oh, this must be the reading room.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Talk terminal.
As your hand brushes against the keyboard, a message suddenly pops up on the screen. You're here. So shall we get started?
Wait, what? Literally no one else we have ever even met has ever tried to talk to us through a terminal.
I mean, there was that one nerd chick in Project Brazil.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I mean, I know that's a horrible phrase, but that's literally pretty much all her character is.
Yeah. Get started. Oh, wait, do you want to say get started to what, or ask who or what are you?
I don't know.
Let's ask who or what are you?
It doesn't matter who I am. The answer would be more confusing than helpful anyway.
How would knowing something make it more confusing? Okay, get started to what?
There's something you must find. Cartwright had something in mind for each of these guys. He had something prepared. I don't know what.
These guys, you mean the robots?
Yes, the robots.
What is this something prepared you're asking me to find?
Just get to it, okay? Can't stay too long. We'll talk later.
Who the hell is messaging us through terminal here?
I really wanted to mash the random buttons. Neanderthal Genome Project, Clive Blackmore. Well, that's cool, because in the real world, you know, the Human Genome Project, I guess they even moved on to
cool.
Neanderthals. The
Baron of Ponte Risco.
This book relates the story of a disgraced noble who undertakes a dramatic quest to get revenge against the man responsible for his fall from grace. As he progressively infiltrates the household of his rival under the guise of a humble servant, he gets to endure the regular abuse and cruelty of both his rival and his family. While all his clumsy attempts at killing his nemesis fail miserably, he progressively gets involved in the stewards' and maids' intrigues in which he reveals himself a very poor player. The protagonist finally loses his life during a climactic confrontation with the household's dog, which he couldn't forgive for eating a hardened dessert he had to beg for.
What?
And that was a good read. I'm glad it was so short.
That sounds very, very sad.
Yeah. It's a tragedy.
He gets killed by a dog who ate his dessert that he begged for. That's just sad.
Printing card.
Oh, yay.
Yay.
There should be... I wish there was more in here. I thought...
No, there's... No.
Like, wouldn't they be in the reading room, you know,
Maybe.
where you would actually use them?
I think the printing cards are a form of currency to make sure that you've read something, so that your time spent reading can be literally beneficial.
Oh, I never thought of it like that.
Keep yourself alive, be soul.
Huh.
Okay. So some books apparently we can just grab and take with us, some we can read.
Yeah.
I guess if we take the ones we can read to the reading area, or the terminal. A lot of holotapes.
Another one.
Yay, we got 2.
2. We need 7 to get one of them.
Okay. We don't need no Sunset Sarsaparilla. Where's the Nuka-Cola? I feel like that general in Area 51. Okay, so let's go to that terminal room. One that looked important. Systems room. That's right.
Yeah.
Toaster.
Arthur. Let's have a chat. Oh, wait. Hey, there's a printing card on the floor.
The machine before you is silent. As you sit down before it, you notice a little plate where Arthur is etched.
Okay, I need information.
The machine before you remains silent.
Can you answer me?
The machine before you remains silent.
Okay. Playing the silent type, are we? Let's see if you can last.
The machine before you remains silent.
Silence.
Although you glare at it intensely, the machine before you remains silent.
Silence.
You put yourself in a slightly more comfortable position as you deeply stare into the machine's sensor. He's gonna crack, you know it.
Silence.
It's been a while since either of you, especially you, stopped moving. The thick of the battle has begun. Oh wait, okay, so no. Don't okay, read the alternative text because it's funny, but we're just gonna keep picking silence.
Okay. And you suddenly change your mind and walk away because, hey, screw this.
You got that look in your eyes, and it tells you that you can go on like this until he rusts to oblivion. And you're not hungry, no sir, not at all.
Well, I have my priorities. Eating goes before a stupid staring contest. No, silence.
He was gonna talk. You could swear he was going to talk. He just changed his mind at the last minute.
But anyway, you're getting bored, and since you only live once, let's drop this. Silence.
As a matter of fact, he didn't really mean to talk. You try to rub off an itch on the back against the seat to no avail. Okay, don't say silence. I just said that.
Okay. It's not working. You decide that getting a bit to eat is worth more than this futile stare down.
An idea slowly forms in your mind. What if this thing is deactivated? Or simply malfunctioning? Is any of this worth it?
It's not worth it. Screw this.
Hunger rears its ugly head again. What do they have in their kitchen? Even an old lyophilized box of whatever would do the trick.
That does it. I'm out of here.
And irrecoverable minutes continue to flow by. You begin to ponder the possible futility of your enterprise, and by extension, your life.
And since you're not very good with introspection, you decide to do something else.
You don't know if any of this has any sense. You begin to wonder if this is useful. Chances are, you keep doing this out of fear that this stare down, like many other things in your life, will ultimately be a futile endeavor.
Okay, I'm beginning to get weird ideas. Let's stop this.
Is it really worth it, after all? Does any information this pile of screws contain is worth that pain in your neck? In fact, what's the point of all this? Why did you become a courier anyway?
I guess I need a drink.
How exactly did it come down to this? Where did you mess up? You remember the time when you were younger, when nothing was this complicated? Wait, we do?
I think I still have a bottle of vodka in my backpack.
At the time, you saw your life with expectation as a long series of endless opportunities, a tree with countless branches of adventure. But each time you made a choice and stood by your decisions, the same tree got smaller, contrived, uglier.
Enough of this. What was I thinking? A stare down with a machine?
There are old familiar regrets, those you will never forget, and then there are the new ones. Some of them came because your point of view changed during the course of your life. Because you became wiser, because you grew up, and because you could never do something as dumb again.
Okay, now screw this. I've got shit to do, shit more important than any of this.
As you scrutinize your life, they pile up endlessly, forming a towering, crushing fortress, caping the freedom you held so dear in your something.
Younger days.
Thanks.
Stand up. Go fill your stomach. One less regret.
Before the cold stare of the silent, soulless machine, you now feel as if your entire life was under judgment. Each of your regrets you ever felt becomes stones in your gut and cuts in your heart.
You know what? Fuck this. Fuck the stupid machine and fuck the stupid silence.
Something happened when you blinked. During a very short moment, you closed your eyes in the hopes of chasing those thoughts away. They didn't. What came instead was the certainty that they won't ever, ever go away. And even if you did forget, they would come back to you one day or another.
I'm gone. I swear if I stay here one more second, I will kill myself.
After a while, you realize that maybe it's not that much of a big deal. None of this ever succeeded in pining you down before, so why should it bother you today? If anything, your regrets made you what you are today.
Well, this has been utterly unproductive. I'm out.
Stuff happens, always, one way or another. All you gotta do is just go on. Do what you can. Adapt, learn, improve. Stop doing the same mistakes, and along the way, if there are meager bits of joy to get, it may be just enough to keep your flag flying.
Well, Arthur, you won. I just realized I had other things to do.
And for some reason, your inner turmoil has calmed down. Whatever the odds you have with yourself, your burden seems somewhat lighter. A quiet sense of self-trust has replaced your anguish, and somehow you owe this small amount of grace to the silence you imposed on yourself.
Get
Silence.
up. Go away.
And just like that, you got out of the stare down more than you wagered for. Arthur is still silent, but you realize that you will eventually find a way to make him talk. All that matters is setting yourself in motion by standing up and going away. That's just what you began to do. That is hilarious.
Oh my god.
Got really introspective there.
That was literally like at least a full few minutes.
This is Kyle, Kira, Courier, and Arthur giving you guys a pep talk, viewers. I hope you learned something.
Yeah.
But, no, I want to keep talking to him.
Okay. Oh my god.
Oh, but we got a new perk.
Oh yeah, patient.
Because it's
Where
good
is
to
it?
sit down and talk to yourself. I was trying to get into it, trying to get the emotional.
You did a good job.
Oh, thanks. Experience. Nothing major, but still cool.
Okay,
Machine before you was silent. Okay, we're either with that.
is there any way to get an answer from you?
The machine before you remains silent. Oh, come on!
How is it you're not telling me anything?
Long ago, a young man with an extensive spiritual life made a pact with a spirit. In exchange for his ability to speak, he learned an important, fundamental secret about the purpose of man. Of course, the moment he learned this secret truth, his voice was silenced for the rest of his life. Obsessed by this knowledge, frustrated by his inability to share it, he resigned himself to live the rest of his life in isolation. Years went by, and solitude grew heavier on the man's shoulders. He felt his sanity escaping his mind, like sand slipping through clenched fingers. So he decided to carve a piece of wood with the face of people he once knew, people he remembered, people he loved. He would converse with those in hopes of preserving some last shreds of sanity. He died eventually, leaving his collection of masks behind. Some say that deep within their frame still subsists a fragment of the hermit's wisdom.
I knew you could talk! I knew it! Ugh, why would you... You talk the whole time? Really?
Apparently.
Let's say this.
What kind of half-baked story is that? He could have written his goddamn secret for everyone to read.
The machine before you remains silent.
Oh my god.
Although, I mean, really, they probably had a more limited language back in those times. Wouldn't have been able to write it down.
Yeah, but I feel like he could have at least had enough communication that he wouldn't have wanted to go isolate himself. Like, he
Invent
doesn't
sign
even
language.
have to tell them the secret. Like, at the very least, to be able to interact enough with people to actually not go insane.
Yeah, but you're basically asking him to invent a written language, or at least some type of sign language. And that would be difficult to express the true answer and meaning of the life of everything.
I still think he
You
could have done
you could
something.
even think that he didn't have to even go mute. You could say that language itself is incapable of expressing it.
I suppose that's true. Okay, you speak? How did I make you do that?
A hermit once learned that by asking his questions to the mountains in the correct manner, the echoes would bring him answers.
Okay.
So he
Speech
learned.
60. Probably a matter of formulation. You only answer to open-ended questions, don't you?
The machine remains silent.
Because that's only a yes or no question, isn't it?
Right.
Let's try this again. I have some questions for you.
Machine before you remain silent. Okay, so we have to ask open-ended questions.
Okay. What happened to your master?
He died because his body could not withstand his own spirit, a spirit which already had great troubles withstanding itself.
So he was larger than life?
I don't know. What's the story behind this vault?
5 friends, caught in a diluvial rain, sheltered under a tree, and pitched some money together. One of them faced the rain to go buy an umbrella. He survived the ordeal, perhaps because he was the only one gone. when the thunder struck the tree.
Oh, okay, so 5 people worked together to orchestrate to build this vault. The professor is just the one that happened to be in the vault at the time when the bombs went off.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Okay, what's James's story?
A testament, an heir, is sometimes all people need to leave this existence in peace.
So he's the professor's heir?
I suppose so. What's the story with the maintenance bot?
A stone used to wet a flint, which was in turn used to carve tools. Even discarded, the stone was as useful as it was in the first place.
I don't know if that's a compliment or a detriment.
I'm thinking he's saying that as a compliment.
Okay.
What's your story?
The birds have vanished down the sky. Now the last cloud drains away. We sit together, the mountain and me, until only the mountain remains.
He is the mountain.
Probably because he's the database. At least that's what James said.
He is the vault. He can't move. The war is
Yeah,
over.
that's true.
The rain's gone, and he remains.
Wow. We'll speak later.
Machine remains silent.
I love that line now. The machine remains silent.
Yep. See that printing card. You know, take the water and the repair kit and the meeting people. Drinking glass. Why not? Awesome. That was such a great exchange. Arthur's my favorite. I mean, I know we've only met 2, but Arthur's my favorite.
He is pretty cool. I like his clever way of speaking, you know. You know what I mean.
Right. What's that bright thing? Oh, it's a light.
Oh, wait, turn left.
What?
Turn around. There's a book on that shelf. Light blue book. I think there's a light. There it is. That one.
Okay, so the ones with the light blue spines are readable.
Yeah.
For I have tasted the fruit. P. Zakharov. Okay.
Oh, no, those are collectors.
Okay, well, let's take a look up and down this place real quick.
Yeah, I just spotted that light blue spine, and I figured it was one of the special books.
Oh. Religious Syncretism, a Darwinist Spirituality, Shirahito. I wonder if any of these are real. I don't know. I'm not a literary professor. Sorry.
I don't think so, at least none that I've heard of.
I know some of them are definitely fake. I was just wondering if some of them were real. Or, you know, they're probably parodies of real-world stuff?
You know what? I think so, possibly.
We'll find out if we ever get to
Or
read
maybe
these
even
ones.
references to stuff we just don't get.
Maybe. Ah. Wow, there's so many. The Fellowship of the Ring, J.R.R. Tolkien. Wait, that's a real one, isn't it?
Huh?
That's a real one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, these are real books. Okay. I think the ones we can pick up are real and the ones we can't aren't.
Oh, you know what? You're probably right.
Wait, what?
Oh, that must be like a hot plate or something on the wall.
Oh, no, it's the sections of the books. This is the chemistry section.
Oh. Man, I can't believe we found quite a few on these shelves. We should take a good look at all of them.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Oh my god, so many books. Oh, look!
Ignatius Page, a case study.
Oh.
The book describes the history of an otherwise unremarkable man named Ignatius. Actually, I think it's Latin. I think it's Roman. Is it Ignatius or Ignacius?
I think it's Ignatius.
Well, I took Latin classes. If it would be whatever. Page is not a Latin name. I'll just say Ignatius or Ignatius. Oh.
I don't know.
Notoriously known for the spectacular head injury the poor man suffered during the Civil War. During an assault, 2 pieces of shrapnel shrapnel. Yeah, Romans didn't have shrapnel. My bad. Sorry. During an assault, 2 pieces of shrapnel pierced Page's forehead and lodged themselves into his skull. Numerous accounts reported that the man regained consciousness a few seconds after the accident. Physicians' examination reported substantial blood loss as well as some cerebral matter. Despite the risk of worsening his conditions, the medic decided to operate him despite the lack of appropriate surgical tools. Page wasn't expected to survive. During his 3 months of convalescence, Ignatius talked in his sleep, describing accurately the pain he felt and went to great length explaining how he couldn't possibly be alive. He would later report that he was experiencing strange out-of-body experiences, during which he regularly explored a derelict castle. Against all medical predictions, Page's wounds eventually healed and he was strong enough to come back home. Many of his close ones remarked dire changes in his behavior. Previously affable and well-thought, he became rash, childish, and violent. Some months after his fits of anger and violence, he would explain that he couldn't express himself any other way. He was aware he acted differently from before, but stressed that his behavior felt perfectly natural to him at the time. He did notice that the people were expecting him to display his customary gentle nature, but simply didn't understand why.
That's interesting. That's actually there was a case study of a man who on an accident on a railroad with not a railroad, with construction with some dynamite, actually did have some pieces lodged into his the front of his brain.
Yeah, like a pole went through it.
Huh?
A pole went through it.
Oh yeah. And they also talked about how his personality completely shifted from a very good Christian, man to suddenly he was swearing and drinking and like.
Yeah, I think this is similar to that. Not the same guy though, but I know which one you're talking about. And it was a railway. It was dynamite blowing a tunnel to make a railway.
Oh yeah. But yeah.
That's cool.
It's interesting.
Okay, didn't count. What is this? Biology? Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Because we found that case study.
Craniopagus malformations, a case study. B.A. Gershwin.
Huh.
Okay. Living with Polyphonia, D. Orman.
Huh.
I want to read these.
Well, they kind of write all the books.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Wow, I can't believe I spotted that one, and then we're finding a bunch of them just on these shelves.
Yeah, good job. The Last Resistance of the Great White North, Candace A. Diane. What is this section? History.
History.
Daughter of its own son, S. Hoden.
Huh.
Oh, aha, thought you could hide. Erinnerungen Trauma Gedanken C.J. Jung. Or GCG. Close, man.
I think that's Russian.
What? No, it's the Gedanken series.
Oh.
Sorry, I'm just joking.
Dexter Aldridge.
Do you want to listen to it? Because this is only number 3. It's not the first one. Do you want to try
I
to get all
think we
of
should
them?
wait until we get them in order.
Okay.
Because that way we can listen to them all in order and have some semblance of
What's going on?
chronological order.
Okay, I like chronological. Is that it? Man,
I think that's all of them here.
Okay, so let's go explore the second floor.
All right.
Actually, wait. I bet you James is going to have something else to say.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
So, how may I help you?
I found a body in the study room. Is it your master's?
Yes, he hasn't been answering for a century now. I may be overextending my judgment on this, but I think he's dead.
His faithful love for books put aside, what can you tell me about him?
Back when titles were still relevant, he was a professor at the Massachusetts
this is the
Institute
same
of...
thing we told us.
We already know that.
Okay, how did he manage to die this way?
All that we know is that one day we found him in this position, under a pile of books. He hasn't moved ever since. As for now, we theorize that he tripped and tried to catch something to stop his fall. The bookshelf came down with him.
You made a grave for some robots outside, but you didn't bury your own master? Why?
A grave for robots outside? I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. We can't go out. The maintenance bot is able to, but only rarely, and only to conduct checks and repairs on the exterior.
Then who buried the maintenance bot?
That's weird. So you just left your dead master there?
Why not? He liked it there.
Okay.
Any reason why you can't go out?
Because of that protocol of ours, we must protect the library, and it involves that we stay here.
Let's drop the subject for now.
Yes, subject dropped.
Oh, he said
Yeah?
he liked it there. Maybe it's the same kind of thing for, like, spreading someone's ashes over a place they loved.
Right.
But they're robots, so they don't get the sentiment, so they just leave them there.
Yeah, and they also, have developing intelligences, so probably weren't really... humans already cope with death differently. The robots, their inclination was to ignore it, but even as smart as they are, they kind of realize, yeah, he's probably dead. He hasn't moved for 2 centuries.
I'm in the mood for some questions. Is there something you wish to know?
Yes, great. So tell me, what is life like in the outside world? Can you describe it to me?
Okay. A harsh world. Sometimes get called sociopath.
I think that one's pretty honest.
Gets better someday. Yeah, I like that. This one's kind of mean, but this is also kind of true if you're talking about Caesar. That's sad. Yeah, let's do the one you said.
Yeah, alright. Not easy. It is often violent, but we have some reasons to think it'll get better someday.
I'm sure it will. Historically, humans have always strived to improve their living conditions. For example, soap.
Nice example.
I was just spoken to by a terminal. Are some of those fitted with the personality module?
What? Of course not. Personality modules were hard enough to come by, not to be wasted on some kind of terminal. It took months for our master to manufacture each one of those.
Who was it?
I'll be going now.
See you around.
So there must have been someone on the other side of that terminal. You
Well,
know what I mean, on the other side of the connection.
Well, we already know that, but who or what was it?
Yep.
Okay, second floor time.
Peculiar
Crate
crate.
full of bottles. With some effort, you succeed in pushing the lid of this crate just enough to see its content. Countless empty bottles, randomly piled up here for some ulterior recycling. Despite your best efforts to find bottle caps in this mess, there is none to be found. Where do they put those?
Huh. Yeah, and there's another printing card in the corner there.
Another quest. Yay. Building them up.
Well, with that many bottles, it must be a lot of bottle caps, and as rich as we already are, it would be kind of cool to find them.
Hey, I still want more money.
Only because we have so many dang weapon mods that we literally have enough things to spend it all on.
Well, I mean, if the real world is any example, getting rich does not stop one from wanting to get richer.
Yeah, wait, what was that orange bottle over there on the other counter?
What?
That counter, what's that orange bottle?
It's Jake juice. Huh, that's weird. Let's take it. It might be something you can only get at a campfire.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Cold water.
Turgid
and violent actions.
Jiffy Owen. Nah, I don't want to cram.
Oh.
Ooh, audio log 2.
This must be where he set up to, like, work.
Must be one of the previous residents.
Yeah.
The Library of Babel, George L. Borges.
Hmm.
Okay. Let's see what else we got.
This is just the upper level here.
Oh, let's check for books.
Yeah.
Okay.
I honestly never thought we'd actually find them on the shelves until I noticed that one.
That's a nice detail.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, since our episode's almost over, let's not meet the new guy yet.
Okay.
Crap. Let's try and get the bottle caps, but I accidentally threw them as well. What's down here? Oh, stairway. Lame. Ooh. Sanctum.
Requires key. That must be like the control room for the vault.
Maybe the overseer's chair.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, wait, let's just check for some books. Come on. Give us some secret bonus books.
I guess there aren't any here.
Lame. Ah, the classroom.
Hmm.
Aha.
There's Tome of Bone and Ash.
No author? Well, I guess a tome. You don't know who the author is.
Kinda sounds like it might be a reference to something.
4.
Another terminal.
It's not responding. Okay, no printing cards or anything?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay, so I think we've explored all of the main areas. Oh, no, wait. Okay, we missed this one.
Oh, yeah.
That's a little
Looks
batting
like
room.
a game room.
Basketball. Yeah, this is game room.
It's nice. No books in here.
No one wants to read books in the game room?
Apparently not.
Okay.
I'm surprised they allowed a big enough space in there to actually throw around balls and stuff.
Huh.
Another crate full of bottles, but no bottle caps.
Okay, so yeah, that seems like a good place to end. We'll pick up and talk to the other guys. This is Supermod Fallout. I'm Kyle.
I'm Kara.
Bye.
Bye.